Welcome to Maverick Workshop. In this video, I'm going to show you my process of making a kitless fountain pen. Let's get started. Here's a closer look at all the tools that I am going to be using. This will be for the section, and this will be for the cap and the body. And these are the two blanks that we're going to be using for this pen. Here we have the cap, and this is going to be the deepest drill bit that we use in the cap that will facilitate free rotation for the nib. And the way that I got the depth is by the base of the threads on the barrel and then all the way to the very end of the nib itself. And that you want to make sure that you have plenty of space on the inside of the pin to make sure that it does not come in contact with the nib. The drill bit size that I'm using here is 25/64, and that's just because how I measured the nib itself, and I wanted to make sure that it was able to rotate freely on the inside. So I only sped this up to 200% speed, and I try to keep this as real time as possible, but not too much on some of these processes that are just repetitive. But ultimately just need to drill a hole that will accommodate a nib. This is a 12.5 millimeter drill bit, and it has a stop collar that accounts for both the section and the threads. Again, this was sped up a little bit. This is a stepped drill bit, and the reason I use a step drill bit is because I want to make sure that on the base of the threads of the barrel I have a little bit of a recess, some people call a gutter, and doing a little bit of the inside of the cap actually does that part instead of cutting a recess in the gutter. And then here you can use a chamfering tool or a countersink bit and just kind of knock off the corners of the inside there so it's nice and smooth. I've also used sandpaper in the past, but I think that the drill bits give them a little bit cleaner of a finish doing it like that. And then this is a M13 by 0.8 tap, and it's a triple lead tap, and I have the different marks here, but here is a little bit of a reference, kind of the guide that I got it from with the barrel there. So it's about 6 to 7 millimeters, and for this particular tap you got to make sure that you go deep enough to accommodate the tenon that you have already. And then you want to make sure that you test fit before you take it out to see if you need to do any other adjustments. And I almost line up the blank how it was actually cut and everything, which is kind of cool there. I tried to get it just a tiny bit more rotation, but it didn't want to. So I took it off. But you want to make sure that you test fit before taking it out of the chuck, and then make sure you get all the dust out, and then I will leave it in a configuration like this, and then I will move to the other steps.